Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review... Were you guys wondering if the tail was going to hit? I was. And for this review, we are looking at the Godzilla X, not versus Kong, the new Empire Exquisite Basic Energized Godzilla from Hiya Toys. This is basically just another repaint. I don't know at this point if it has new parts. They have had so many different Godzillas. The ankles look a little bit different. Maybe the feet are different. Did Godzilla change in this movie? I'm not sure. I'm rewatching all of the MonsterVerse movies. I'm only up to Kong Skull Island. I just finished that. But anyway, it's a repainted Godzilla. There might be some slight differences. You'll have to check the specific reviews because there have been about 30 releases of the modern Godzilla lately. So I can't tell you that, but I will show you the thing quickly because it's mostly just a repaint. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Before we look at Godzilla, I will show you my package in standard Hiya form. It is a big package, no window, good artwork, some Photoshop going on, some planes flying by. This looks awesome. I know people who display things in package. I think most of them have trouble with packages without windows, but this one does look cool at least. So I like that. Not much going on though other than some really high contrast clouds. So be aware of that if you are an inbox collector. Alright, so like I said, this isn't going to be a super long video because it is essentially a repainted Godzilla with maybe a new part here or there, but there's not a whole lot to talk about. 7.5 inches tall. About, let's just call it 19 centimeters. Here he is up against a Marvel Legends Darwin. These guys have some size. I know a lot of people have been telling me, for the money, you can't beat the Hiya Toys MonsterVerse figures, and I think that's the case. I don't really collect these things. They send these to me as review samples just so I can show them to you guys, and I'm happy to do it. I'm not super into the MonsterVerse at all. Old school, new school, any of it, I'm fine with it, but I don't care that much, and I don't collect them. But from what I can tell, because I have looked at SH Figure Arts, I have not reviewed any of the other brands. I've only looked at SH Figure Arts and Hiya. These guys beat the other ones. They may not have as many POA, but they seem to pose pretty darn well, and they're significantly cheaper most of the time, so I'm very okay with this line. I never looked at NECA or like Super 7 or any of that kind of stuff, though. I'm seeing some things that look like they might be new features, new details in the sculpt, but either way, the sculpt is really, really nice, as is usually the case. It looks like Godzilla through and through. Let's look at the head up close. That's going to be an important part. We'll see if he looks good. Those neck parts definitely look different. I don't remember him having these kind of striations. So maybe there's some new parts here that I just wasn't expecting, or maybe I'm just going crazy. Who knows? The face, as usual, really well sculpted. The eye does not stand out enough if you ask me, especially with this paint deco. The eye is in there and it does have its own paint, but I think they really need to up the contrast around the eyes. I've said that before. I think it was lastly on Rodan maybe, the Fire one, Flameborn or whatever it was. It's still there and looks good, but maybe just an extra wash around the eye with a brighter blue or something to make it pop. But still really nice head sculpt. The mouth is done really well. You can see the teeth. The tongue is articulated. It's good. It still looks really good. The paint is consistent throughout. It's mostly a wash of the lighter color. I don't think there's a lot of dry brushing, but then you do get the shading around the spikes. It looks nice. I actually like this one a lot. It looks pretty cool. No pun intended, because he looks like ice. But yeah, it looks good. Consistency is pretty solid. It's better than some we've seen. Not perfect, though. You have some highlights here and there that maybe don't line up perfectly. But yeah, looks good. Alright, I'm not going to go through like the proper ratings just because it's another Godzilla. You guys can see what I'm talking about. As far as posability, it's mostly the same. You know, you have the torso, the neck. It's a little bit... Maybe there is a lot more new on here than I think, because this feels a lot more limited than before. But yeah, you have segments up here with some ball pegs. The jaw opens with the tongue articulating. That's pretty good. That's really good. Although I have to keep pinching the jaw shut. It likes to, as I move it, separate itself. The arms, pretty good range, I guess, for Godzilla. I don't think he needs to really do a lot of posability. So that's okay. Yeah, it seems to be basically the same as before. The hips have actually surprisingly good range, so you can get him in some running poses. His balance isn't great with the tail, though, so be aware of that. If you want to lean him forward, you have to lean him forward pretty far, or the tail's going to want to be a tripod, so be aware of that. Double jointed knees work nicely. Could be tighter. Ankles are okay. Yeah, they have decent range. And then the tail, it's not the most posable thing, but it'll probably do. It's what you expect. It's not going to be a martial artist Spider-Man figure. It's going to be Godzilla, but it's going to be good enough. He does come with a couple alternate hands, so if you need to grip things as Godzilla, you can do that, or make him look like he's boxing. But yeah, it's another Haya Godzilla. You're going to get exactly what you expect. A really decent paint job, really decent articulation, and a really solid sculpt. Decent size for a good price. I mean, I think everybody's kind of on board at this point if you're watching this kind of video. And if not, well, then you know at least it's a really clean paint job, and you might want to track it down if you like the look of this. I like it. It's good. I'm not the kind of person, probably, well, I shouldn't say that. I've bought so many Gokus at this point that are powered up, energized versions. If I was collecting Godzilla stuff seriously, I'd probably want this. If I was collecting it casually, I wouldn't. I don't think I need a neon blue Godzilla. But what they did here is clean and well done. And I think there is some transparent plastic throughout. Looks like it. So yeah, I recommend it if you're into this sort of thing. If not, yeah, it's probably not your entry point. There are a lot of other Godzillas to use as that. So anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos just about every single day. Actually, it's been every day for a while now, so hopefully I can keep that up. And I do have thousands of videos already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.